Hey, shalom, shalom. All right. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing his word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right. And it's a very quick one. Saturday. We just finished. We just wrapped up our camp. So this is more of a post-camp stream. Lord willing, is edifying. It's gonna be a quick one while the spirit is still hot on me, especially being that the Sabbath's about to come in as well. I wanted to, as the title says, man, stop being simple. Yeah, these people, man. Stop being simple when it comes to these women, man. It's just a brotherly, friendly reminder. Because at the end of the day, we all, including my own self, can and have been simple when it comes to women. And so this is not a only specific. No, this applies to all of us. The scriptures say a lot of men have lost their wits behind these women, man. Okay? So we have to be in the mind frame in these times that we're in. Mainly, this is where you gain the fight in you to fight these simplistic things that are written in us. See, like, it's easier for us as men to critique and talk shit. Hey, 144 in the back of that truck. All right, and critique and point out the simplistic ways of women, specifically the women of the tribes. But scriptures, the Lord said that we as Israel, we're foolish, right? We are sottish children. We're foolish children. We're simple. We're stiff-necked, and that's not just talking about just that's on all of us. Okay, so again, when it comes to these women, the apostles, they've been sending out major warnings and rebukes about that energy, because that is a major weakness when it comes to men. Okay, we've all been in some situations behind having sympathy and or empathy for a woman. Okay, but like I said, we were at camp, and I was going into this, and I was like, I'm gonna continue it in the spirit a little bit. Like I said, I don't have my sword with me, so I can't read scriptures, but in the spirit, I'm not being simple when it comes to how you view women. I was talking to a beloved brother of mine earlier, and I was like, man, we gotta really just accept the bitterness of the truth that, like the apostles have been telling us for years now, these ain't our women. These ain't our women. And these women ain't right, man. Okay? They're not. All right? If you can't accept that, or that rubs you the wrong way, that's a personal problem. See, I came into the truth, man, I joke about this now, but over 10 years ago, them old Daily Motion videos of the apostles, and man, it seemed like it didn't matter what the spirit was talking about. The spirit could be talking about, eating herbs and fruits and vegetables and shit like that, post. And then one of the apostles gonna come out of nowhere and basically, and you know what, man, the nigga woman ain't, just blast. But through the spirit, as I look back on that, it was needed. All right? This world makes you to be a bitch ass nigga, man. This world makes you be the black man, African American, Spanish man, Native American man spirit is the spirit of a simp. There is no such thing as an alpha African American. You can't be alpha and call yourself an African American, because the African American experience is a beta experience. So we all got, like I was saying at camp earlier, the problem with our men, the nation of the Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, is that because something may have happened between your mother and your father. So now you still carry that spirit of wanting to protect women because you had to step up for your mother. No different than me. I had to fight the same spirit. Like I said, there's no need in being proud or big or none of that. When my father left my mother, there was some situations in there where, I'm living with my mother. I had to, step up in certain regards. It wasn't nothing serious. To some brothers it's different. But even in then, I had to step up. I wasn't just her son, necessarily her baby son anymore. I had to help towards some of the needs of the house. So a lot of men, a lot of men, when they see women out here, they see their mother in them. They see their mother in all these women. Like, man, my mother went through this, so I want to make sure that no other woman goes through this. And that's a simple way of thinking. How long will ye simple ones love simplicity? You're a very simple-minded man if you believe that there are there's just a shit ton of just wholesome ass virtuous women out here. If you believe that, you should really go read Proverbs, the 31st chapter, and really understand what's being said about a virtuous woman. Scriptures say that a good woman increaseth her husband's life. These women actually are collectively killing men, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Okay? So you got to ask yourself, what do you think's out here? I was watching the Elder Kazak video he did the other day, dealing with just go home, right? Just go home. Because see, if you still in the spirit of you thinking that there's some wholesome ass, woman that's out here that's looking to serve you and be your woman and all that shit in this day and age, you're in for a rude awakening. You're gonna find yourself out here in a terrible situation, man. Now, again, for the sake of keeping balance in this, let me state this. I have a woman, and sometimes the Lord will line you up with the woman that it works for you. Some men operate better with the woman. Some men operate better not having a woman. The Lord knows his servants. So this is not about pushing out a vibration of, if you got a woman and she's good to you, and that doesn't mean perfect to you, just good to you. The good outweighs the bad, then you got to consider it a win, man. Okay? Because it ain't shit out here, man. All right? What do I mean it ain't shit out here? These women are, because of how this world is shaped and how Esau, the so-called white man, has shaped this place and has made it so difficult to do the littlest things, majority of these women are thrown in, they are in nothing more than a survival mode. And if you know anything about women, there is no dealing with a woman that is in a survival mode. It's damn near harder than impossible to deal with a woman that's ever been in a survival mode. What do I mean by that? They're only concerned with their own survival. That's where you get the spirit of hypergamy. This is where you get the spirit of women monkey branching, because it's a survival mechanism. You got to remember, the scriptures told us in Amos 7:17 that I shall make thy wives harlots in the street. And when you look up that word in the etymology of the word harlot, being a harlot is not the same. A harlot can be a prostitute, but that does not mean that a prostitute is a harlot, if that makes sense. What do I mean by that? A prostitute is a woman that basically sells her body for money. A harlot is a man can be a harlot. It's a term that's used to describe a person that is without occupation. So when the Lord said that he would turn our wives into harlots, what's a woman's occupation? A woman's occupation is to be a servant unto her husband. That's number one. So the Lord basically saying that he created women to always be out of the natural state of what they're supposed to be. Can't forget Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, around 48, 49, I believe, about the woman having an evil eye towards her husband and towards her children, and the man having an evil eye towards his wife and his children. We're still underneath this. You got to remember these things when you're out here operating in this world, man. Okay? See, the big thing that a lot of I've been around long enough to see this and hear it. I've even said this bullshit myself. Okay? Is a lot of men have this mind frame that Isaiah 4:1 is always is 4:1, Isaiah 4:1, another woman. If that woman ain't adding to you, you're really twisting the scripture. Okay? You got to be honest with yourself. And I understand. The brothers laugh at me. Like I said, I'm rambling. This is a spiritual rant. As things come to my mind. I remember I said years ago, sometimes you say stuff in the spirit, but brothers still laugh about it because it's serious. It's funny, but it's serious. And I said it with passion. I'm like, man, I'm tired of hating you hoes. I'm like, man, I'm fucking tired of hating. Because truly, indeed, people think that this is fun and comfortable. It's not. I can't wait to see how the Lord meant for our women to be. The daughters of Zion to truly be. The Lord didn't create the daughters of Zion to be cruel creatures, man. Okay? So again, I can't wait to get to that point. I can't wait until we see them for who they're supposed to be and they see us for who we're supposed to be in the spirit, in righteousness' sake. But that's not the case right now. So it's a hard pill that we got to deal with, is that the women of our nation are a direct enemy unto us. And here we are as teachers of this statement that I just said, but we easily put our guards down behind a woman. And the reason why I'm going into this, and the reason why I was speaking on this at camp, was because we're about to enter into a time where your discernment has to be on 100. You understand? You almost got to have the discernment of Yahweh Shai to be able to read minds. Damn near. Because if not, you're gonna find yourself in a foolish situation. All right. Same thing with you women. You can change it over too, you women. Stop being so fucking simple when it comes to these men. That's why the scriptures told you to what? Cleave unto your husband. All right. So we got to make sure that we are applying all the scriptures. The scriptures already let us know that these women are not on our side right now, and it's okay. Now, if you are a man and you're in a situation and you have a wife, right? You have a woman, hey man, count it a blessing. It's gonna be some bad, it's gonna be some good and bad and ugly, but that's the way it is. It's natural. That's the way, you gotta accept that. You know what I mean? But through the spirit of it, you ain't gotta, I'm saying don't accept that shit from you. Don't be out here looking to get that from other fucking women at this time, man. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, we're going into that too. There's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And when you go into that word embrace, the word embrace, another word for embrace is basically to hug. You understand? So an embracing one is a hug. So the Lord is saying there's a time to hug or embrace somebody, bring somebody close to you in your bosom. And then there's a time where you gotta, I'm good, man. And that's this time. That's this time, man. See, as I'm even saying this, you don't think as a man, as an Israelite man, you don't think that all of us, you don't think we all want to have as many women as we can handle? Who doesn't want more than one woman? The other nation men want more than one woman, but the scriptures say, though it be lawful, it is not expedient. And that's just one thing that's not expedient in these times. It's not expedient. It's not wise. See, these other camps, they be cut in the spirit by the Apostle Paul. That's why, you got Sakari in them. They're always questioning the word of God is found in the Bible, but all the words in the Bible are not the word of God. Like, shut your fucking ass up, man. You're just cut. And a lot of you are just cut over stupid, simple little things, man. And I want to wear a hat that cover my receding hairline because, you know why? Because what if a fair lady walks by the camp and she sees that I have a receding hairline? You know, I gotta make sure. Like, the fuck is you talking about? And tell me I'm lying. Jesus. The fuck are you? Salakia. These people, man. Tell me I'm lying. Apostle Paul said, if you desire the office of a bishop, basically being a man of one wife. They don't like that. Nah, I want one. That ain't the law. That ain't the law. And you ain't even got a wife. But you want two. You see how proud this shit be starting to sound when you think about it? Here it is, you don't even got one wife. You think you hot shit because you got a bunch of hoes. Yeah, it's like that. You think you doing something. Stop with the fucking how long will you simple ones love simplicity? When Isaiah the 4th chapter happens, it's going to occur in the woman in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is in tune with you. She's worried about your needs, your desires, your wants. She's going in your direction. Or are you having to convince her to do otherwise? See? Got to stop with the stupid shit, man. Cut the foolishness. See? That level of I'm not gonna be the demise and the downfall. First Ezra 4. I forget the verse, but it speaks about that. At what many men have sinned, have erred, sinned, and basically died behind losing their wits over women, man. See, the Lord is making us hard right now in the spirit when it comes to these women and everything. Because why? A time as never before is about to fall upon us. And you got to make sure you got your shit wired tight, man. No, I'll say that kid. No, that's a female, Debo. You might experience, I always say this to my rib. We might be sitting in our house. We might be sitting in our house, peeping through the fucking blinds and seeing a woman getting grabbed up by 10, 15 men. Hearing a woman getting raped. See, everybody gets all butthurt behind the subject matter of dealing with the words or what the scriptures is saying according to that. But what about the seriousness? Jacob's trouble. Isaiah 13 lets us know that men shall be breaking into people's houses and ravishing wives. Think about that. No, that's a female. Woman sweet talk you in these times to come. Watch, like I said, we'll sit back and we'll watch the Lord will give us all these movies. We'll quote, you remember in the book of Eli, the woman? Then you fall for the same goddamn trap. I need help. Help me. You know, some woman crying out for help. Now your ass, now 10 hooligans done jumped out on your ass. 10 hooligans. You see what I'm saying? That's just one of many examples of things that can happen if you're not on your pivot, man. You're not being circumspect. Scriptures say, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, man. You know, the story of the sirens. What do I mean sirens? Mermaids. Not saying mermaids are real. That's not what I'm saying. But if you look into the story of sirens, which a mermaid is considered a siren in mythology, there's beautiful women that would be singing in the water, and then you would come to the water, and then it's a monster, and then you get grabbed up. Well, a lot of these women are in the spirit of sirens. And as the on the side of the Starbucks logo is a siren. So be mindful of this shit, brothers. And I'm talking to myself first, man. Having one woman in this time is more than enough. And in some cases, it's too much. All this, that's of distress. We're in a time of great confusion. Like I said, brothers, I don't even want to feed you hoes. Butter, $10. Fucking butter is $10, man. I don't want to, you think I want to feed, I don't know. I ain't trying to feed another hoe, another woman, excuse me. Yes, I'm getting turned up. All right. So with that, brothers, I pray this lesson was informative. You know, we just got to be mindful of what it is out here, man. The Lord, it's a bitter truth, man. I get it. It's a hard truth, you know, but we got to accept it as a truth, man. All right. So with that.